Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. If you're here, a bit of a kind of a last-minute impromptu stream with my good friend Adam. How's it going, dude?
Pretty good, actually. Had a good week. How
Oh,
about you?
oh, yeah. Let's. Should we have an update on Adam's love life? Even
It's
though we're
not
talking,
just I had a good week. Doesn't involve women necessarily.
why don't you
Could
tell the
involve
truth, dude?
could involve men.
Well,
Um,
listen, dude. If you want to go down that road, there's no judgment here.
no. I just had a good week. It was productive. Got some stuff done. Qualified very high in my sim racing league, so I was pleased about that. So yeah, things are looking up.
And what about the women front? That's what we want to know about. We're not bothered about
Well, yeah, I mean
fucking racing
that's
leagues
going okay. I got a date on Friday and a date on Saturday.
with the same
So
person.
no, with different people.
Humans,
Yes, human
human
women.
females.
Yes.
Good lord.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit conflicted about the Friday one because it's Valentine's Day, and I've met her once before, and I'm not that keen on her. No, she's a really nice person, but I don't really see it going anywhere. So, but it'd be nice to go out on Valentine's Day and have a meal. I might even dress real eccentric.
What, you mean like in some kind of Borat style underwear? Or
No, but
dressed like with a Boston hat on and a plain blue t shirt?
yeah, wife beater, and I'll dress up like a McDonald's manager. That'd be good. No, like
To add a
I've
bit
got
of
these.
glamour, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Like, look how smart I'm
Look
gonna
at
look
me,
in
I
this.
made it in life. I'm a McDonald's manager. Not listen, if there's any fucking listening, I think they get quite a good wage, so fair play to you.
Um, no, nothing against McDonald's managers. It's Lorne dressing up like one is more the point. But no, I got these like Peaky Blinders suits that I bought, and I never get to wear them. And I thought, you know what? Like, if I'm going out for a meal on a Friday night this weekend, I'm gonna wear a three-piece suit for once. And if
Come,
people think I'm on day release, fuck them.
well, you live in a small town anyway, so there's not many people around. No one really cares.
Yeah. Someone asked what my iRacing score is. I don't play iRacing, sorry. I play Gran Turismo, and I know a lot of people will say that's a simcade rather than a sim racing game, but I play in virtual reality, and once you go into virtual reality, you can't go back. So, yeah, and iRacing and ACC don't have those, sadly. But anyway, sorry.
Okay. Enough of that. But yeah, anybody wants to talk to Adam about his sim racing, please leave a comment, and I'm sure he'll bore the fuck out of you. Um,
Oh, I mean, if anyone else is into it, I fucking love it. It's great. But yeah, I'll save that for my own time.
whatever floats your boat, dude. Um, anyway, this is kind of a Valentine's Day special. Not that me and Adam are getting it on a stream, but what I mean is we
Just off
heard.
stream.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um, we listened to. Well, at least we were talking about the other day when I can't remember what brought it up, but it was on one of the long calls, right? And in fact, it was the I think it was, and we don't stream calls very often, but sometimes, well, we don't do it at all. I never do it on this channel, but every so often there's like a little sort of gem that just has to be replayed. So if this works, we're going to go over this a little bit. So it was in the Lawmas in July, part 10, I believe, where Will is talking to Lorne, and Lorne gets very upset because he's recently dumped Jamie or something. And I find it fascinating because Will's like, what was it about her that you liked? And he got really like upset and just started crying. And there was like no reason for it at all. It was really strange. I think it's really interesting to listen to.
But
Um,
well, I think he's sort of crying there because he doesn't have an answer, but he's trying to make it look like he's just so full of love and emotion for her.
yeah, and I think it's because he's talking to Will, and I think part of him kind of knows that maybe Will's gonna go back to Jamie and said, "Oh yeah, Lorne was really heartbroken on the. Oh, you wanted to hear him. He really wants you back." I just find it very interesting because he doesn't have an answer. It's just so remarkable. Like, I know people get catfished these days. It's not necessarily uncommon, and we were going to do a sort of story about a news, or at least a video about a recent news story, which might be interesting. But I did find it interesting. So, if we sort of replay what I was talking about, and we can laugh at it, basically, because
Yeah.
I find this kind of interesting. So let's see if this works.
I fucking love her so fucking much.
Why do you love her so much?
She's so fucking special.
Now, you know, that that kind of reminded us of something, didn't it, Adam?
Well, yeah. I mean, do you want me to say it, or are you saving that for a surprise?
Well, we can maybe.
You're so very special. Yeah, I wish I was special. But I'm a creep.
Isn't that so appropriate? Lorne's reciting the words of creep, but yet is the ultimate creep. I thought it was kind of. In fact, it was you that picked up on it when we was talking about it. It's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, he's singing the fucking lines of Radiohead here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's quite fitting, isn't it, that he's using the line from the song Creep. But then I don't think there's a man in the world that doesn't relate to the song Creep.
Yeah, some more than others. Obviously, he'd never. I wonder if he's like. I wonder if he listens to any kind of music like that. I mean, I'm not the biggest radio. In fact, I'm not a Radiohead fan at all. Actually, ironically, but everybody's kind of got a soft spot for that tune, haven't they?
Oh, he did. Apparently, Gorilla Face Gwen's just said that he sung Creep to a catfish. Not understand. That makes
What?
sense. Yeah, not understanding it. Yeah, I don't remember that at all. I'm a little bit annoyed that Lorne knows a band that is pretty much from my hometown. He shouldn't know Radiohead.
Well, I mean,
He
they
should
are.
stick.
They're incredibly popular, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. But he should stick to the country.
Yeah.
Between
It's always going wrong, that. Yeah, so have you heard that call before, dude?
Yeah, of course.
Did you not
What,
find it?
I can't remember much other than the bit you've just played, though. A lot of the calls sort of meld into one in my mind. But I mean, yeah, he hasn't really got a reason for. I mean, in fact, like, there's not really many reasons for him to love Jamie at all, except that she's got a vagina. I mean,
Well,
if he was being honest.
That's what's kind of interesting, and I've touched upon this before when I speak to Shin and Tiffany, is that when we talk about Lorne's kind of fake relationships and whatnot, I know there's the elephant in the room is we're not going to discuss that until maybe another time. So all recent ongoings, I did mention it last time, but you know what I mean. Yeah, what I find interesting is that the character of Jamie is like would be the worst human being that ever existed. Like shows Lorne zero affection, is always horrible to him, cheats on him, calls him names, calls his family, ridicule, like totally destroys him. In fact, the more that I say it, it's remarkable that he stuck around and he says these words about her.
Yeah, but he thinks she's beautiful, and I mean, it's interesting as well because on top of everything you've just said, of course, she was a porn star. Like, would you date an OnlyFans model?
I don't really. So OnlyFans, just so I understand the concept, people subscribe and you send subscribers nude photos.
Yeah, or videos, and they can request custom content depending on what they pay and that sort of thing.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, wouldn't be someone that I'd be. I mean, would you? That's a stupid fucking question, but I don't. Can I retract that?
No, I mean, it would be. I don't know if it would cause. I don't know. I actually don't know. I think I probably would, because I'd like to think that I don't really, morally, I'm not really in a position to say people shouldn't see your tits. I'd probably say I'd prefer if you didn't do that anymore, though.
Oh, so you're just like Lorne. Have you heard this, guys? Lorne is just like Adam in that Adam wouldn't want his potential partner to be getting it on with other guys. How ridiculously selfish is that?
What was the one that I called you about the other day, because it was on SWC on SWC the other night, and it was one of the robots talking about like having a threesome with two other guys or something, and he's like, well, of course I don't want you to have sex with two other guys at the same time. That's a given.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. What was that?
It's one of the robot calls. It may have only been on SWC. I don't know if it's been released without commentary. I think I was just listening to that while I was at work the other night, and heard that line.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, that was quality.
Yeah, I mean, but I suppose it's just. Can you ever imagine having to say to your girlfriend, like, "Of course I don't want you to have sex with two other men. I'm not going to be pleased about that, am I?" It's the way he says that's a given.
What's funny as well in the calls, like when Lorne's having problems with her, and Will's always, whoever's talking to him, and it's usually Will at the time, is trying to make him feel bad for actually saying that I'm not keen on my partner being a porn star. And there's loads of men in that situation who do exactly the same thing, but like try to get Lorne to think he's like being some kind of selfish bastard,
Yeah.
Which, if that's somebody's chosen vocation, you've got a very difficult fucking decision to make there, haven't you? Like, which is funny because he said he couldn't handle it, didn't he? And then and I think it was on the same call, and then he immediately called her back and said, "I've made a decision. I love you, Jamie. I don't mind you being a porn star. Just try and not suck too many people off at the same time."
Well, okay. So, would you date an ex-porn star?
No, personally, no.
Why not?
I don't think I could get past it. I don't think I'm like. Well, I don't know, really. It would all depend on the person. I just don't think that. I mean, it doesn't really fucking matter whether I would or not. Would you?
Well, no, it's interesting though, because obviously this character's created to like make life difficult for Lorne, but it's interesting as to whether.
I don't think this is. Well, I don't give a fuck how it comes across. I don't think the type of person that I want would ever be a porn star. I don't think the type of person that I would go for would ever have been in that particular industry. It is possible someone's done it, went through an hard time, but they certainly wouldn't be doing that at the time.
Let's say it was like one porn once and that's all they did, and it was like a secret thing that came out.
Well, I mean, it depends on the person, doesn't it? I don't think you can. If you like this person was amazing and they were everything that you wanted, and they had the same values as you, it doesn't really matter. But I don't think I'd. Well, all right. Let me ask you a question. Would you date a current? In fact, there's no point in me even asking that fucking question because I already know the answer. But you can answer it anyway.
Would I date a current porn star?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't think I'd be that happy about it. You have these opinions of what I
just
do.
because they're accurate, Adam. That's why I have these opinions.
No, that's assumptions. and judgments. Like,
Okay, so would you date a porn star?
I might. It depends on the situation and who it is. Like, I guess I need to be, and like how much I liked them. But then if you like them loads, then, and someone's just actually said something like if they just did girl on girl stuff, and I get that might actually make a difference, to be honest, because you don't really want to see your missus getting railed by
You've got to say
a bunch of
something
other
else. Then.
guys, do you? What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really. It is funny that Lorne was in that position. I think he handled it better than what people thought he was going to do. He didn't enrage that much. He kind of accepted it. Really, I mean, it's because he didn't really have a choice. I mean, he did. He could have ended it, but he was never going to do that, was he? If you dangle, you know, but there was no like threats or anything. Well, I suppose there was.
No.
There was...
Well, yeah, I don't know. Who is it? Who is it he shouted at? They said they didn't love him, and he was like, "Well, I don't love you either." That was Tiffany, wasn't it?
Don't know. I'm sure one of the connoisseurs in the chat will know. The Lorne connoisseurs. I really should be one, considering I've got a channel and streaming, but my knowledge to all the shit that goes on is probably not that great. But, you know, maybe that's a testament to not spending too much time dwelling in it. But the thing is, there's been so many, like, not just one-liners, but phrases, like innuendos, specific moments, storylines, if you will. It's like the longest, craziest kind of bizarre drama that's ever gone on, isn't it, really? Apart from, like, you know, a real-life soap opera that's gone on for 40 years, but this is real.
I'm being distracted by the chat. Do you have this on good authority, Mad Cracker Lornography?
Wow, what's he said?
That there is no baby.
Oh, we don't want to talk about that.
I thought we were gonna. You said we were gonna touch on Lorne's baby tonight.
No,
that
that was when the topic was going to be something else, and it was only as if to say, has he changed a little bit? Like, I'm not trying to like piss anybody off. I know everybody wants to like discuss it and that, but you'll have to go on the forums. It's like I don't want to.
Yeah, but that's why I'm just interested in this information, because it seems that it's all. If this is true, then got nothing to worry about anyway.
Well,
it'd be a waste of time.
What I will say is, I don't understand why people were worried anyway. It seemed to be like the end of the world that this person had done something that people. It's like, well, what on earth? Why do people think that it's going to end well? It's like it's just. It was crazy. But anyway, we will maybe do have a conversation about that in the future.
Yeah.
But it was just. This was just a kind of light-hearted thing that we like to do sometimes.
Yeah.
But, you know, I have been wondering about it, I must say. I'll close on the fact that, of course, it's a compelling situation. I know the fucking comments are going to light up because it's a big deal. But I just wanted to, I don't know, get Shin and Tiffany on board if they wanted to talk about it. And then, you know, I'm not interested in just talking about it just for the sake of it.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for clearing that up, Mad Cracker, as well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Cheers, dude. Appreciate that. You know, I'm not. I understand why people are talking about it, but we're gonna.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hot topic, hot baby topic.
Yeah, but anyway, more on Lorne's crazy antics because that's what we're really interested in. That's my train of where we're up to in the call, so we might even be going back.
I see the difference, but yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Just let it out, buddy.
All we've got to do is listen to. We just listen to him cry. It'll just be me and you giggling like Beavis and Butthead, won't it? And you know what? People would love that. People would sit there listening to me and you giggle over this fucker. If only there was some way to make money out of that. Who would have thought, eh? Let's get your second channel going.
Sorry.
Come on, Lance. Say something funny, dude. even though you did bring up a good point, it's like it's over the top kind of emotions, but I do think it is because he's hoping that Will goes back to Jamie and reports, and then Jamie feels sorry for Lorne and then takes him back, because at this point, Lorne hasn't got the staying power to end a relationship. And to be honest, I understand that. Like, I'm not very good at letting go, and it is difficult. But what I've never had a problem with is letting go with someone I've never met and I've only seen one photograph of. I must admit that's never been a situation I've been involved in. I know you have, Adam. 2 photographs.
Well, not 2 photographs. No, obviously not. I mean, I've got quite involved with people I've had video chats and things with, and I've been sad.
Yeah, we certainly know about that, don't we? And I wasn't going to bring that up.
Well, look, yeah, but that, I mean, I wasn't sad. The only thing that made me sad about that is I actually thought we were sort of friends until that all happened. But, there was no romantic interest there. That was just...
Yes, the fucking was. You liar.
No, it wasn't. It was just 2 people having a wank on camera.
Isn't that romantic interest? What would you call that?
It was fucking COVID.
You both had COVID? Ugh.
No. It was the everyone was in lockdown. No one could go out or do anything. So was
you
just.
Thought, what crazy pregnant woman do I know? Oh, I know. Well, and ring her up.
She wasn't. Look, all it was raw passion. It wasn't a connection of bodies.
Connection of bodies, a virtual connection of bodies.
Yeah.
Did you put a condom on?
What? Did I? No. What's a condom?
Well, maybe Lorne will explain in this video.
Well, Boom Shiki is doesn't. George, it's not like this is a regular occurrence. I was in a pretty dark.
Yes, it is.
Look, no, it was like a few months after my mum had died, and I was drinking a lot, and then she took advantage of me, and I thought, well, it's not like I'm on the camera every night whacking off for anyone who'll watch.
That's not the way I understand it. That was like an amazing. In fact, wasn't that what spawned us talking again? Because we didn't talk for a while, did we? And then I think I heard about that.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I am a little mad at you because Kennedy's videos. I apologise for anybody listening who doesn't know who she is and didn't pay any attention to her. And we can take the piss out of her now because she did do something really bad. So I'm going to divulge a little. I'm going to sort of digress a little bit. She used to do streams, just random, out of the blue streams with nothing going on. She wasn't saying anything. Nothing would happen.
She would just constantly talk about herself as well. She'd be like, right, let's stream about Lorne. And then all she would talk about was herself. But yeah. And
then she'd I remember one video she did. She said, I brought a second channel out now. And her first channel wasn't doing very well. There was less than 50 subscribers, and she thought she'd bring out a second channel. That was going to be the problem, the answer to all her problems about why her YouTube career wasn't taking off. So hang on, I've got one channel. I'm not producing a lot of content. I don't get a lot of viewers. I'm going to create a second channel and not put any content on it.
Having 42 subscribers and going, do you know what? I need a channel to do more relaxed stuff on. With less people.
She was like, she did an announcement video to say she had a second channel, but she didn't know what to put on the second channel. Then she announced a schedule of having 5 videos a week across the two channels.
Oh,
she only made it to 2 videos across the 2 channels in a week. And then a few months later, after the 2 videos in a whole 3-month period, she complained about burnout.
Yeah. She made 2 videos and said she was burnt out. Yeah.
She's like, us content creators really have it tough, It's like, oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Yeah. And I'll never sort of forgive you for really... You put an end to that, dude. We've
Well,
got no
no,
more
I-
surprise streams with a dog
No,
in the camera.
I gave her. I was very fair, and I said either you make a video and apologize and clear all this what you've tried to do up because it was pretty fucking cruel. But I also said if you just disappear, I guess I've got no control over that. And she chose to disappear. So there you go.
Omega's just brought up something that was quite funny when I think she was on a Lorne radio or something that we did, and she was just walking around Walmart at the time.
It was the Lorne Day stream. I remember being sat at my. Do you remember the dining room table at the back of my living room in Spain? I remember being sat there like with my whole setup on and like my proper headphones and microphone and everything, and like it was. And then everyone pissed off, didn't they? Everyone just left. It was your stream, and you left. And and you just
I couldn't be arsed with her anymore.
And I was like, well, if I go, and everyone like sort of came and then got sick of Kennedy and just left the stream eventually.
You were there on your own, and maybe that was what conjured up the future situation. There was just you and Kennedy left. Then the next time you were both together on your own online, things got a little bit more complicated. Maybe that's what it was.
The thing is, like, we used to be, I guess, mates, though. Like, as sort of stupid as she was, I had no maliciousness towards her. Like, she used to send me a message and say, I've got this idea or this idea, and I'd be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, does it involve removing of clothing, and then you'd say, I'm not interested then?
It never did. That just happened on one drunken evening. Well, I don't think she was drunk, but...
I should hope not.
What? Why not?
Well, as I understand it, she was with child, and also you don't want to be...
No, she wasn't.
Like, I thought you was only interested in women that were pregnant.
No, this is because this all came about because she was trying to claim that I was like hitting on pregnant women in the community, but she wasn't even pregnant at the actual time that this all happened.
How would you scowl the lawn community for pregnant women? Just randomly message people. Hello, I know your scream name doesn't hint at your gender, but do you happen to be pregnant?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is that it's not like I've gone through the community messaging any women. It just happened with her because there was like a mutual friendship as far as I thought. But then she decided one day that to use the pictures we'd exchanged to try and expose me for nothing. So
what was funny about that is she thought she'd jump on the Me Too bandwagon and use that kind of thing to get some kind of fake attention. It's very strange to understand what she was getting at, and it just backfired in the most way. She contacted Wes, and like a story instantly fell apart. It's like it was the worst attempt at trying to stitch someone up. It was. But anyway.
Wes has got that series all about what happened there. If you watch it, she sends him these screenshots going like, oh, look at what a creep this guy is. And Wes is like, this is a flirty conversation between two friends, which is exactly what it was. And she's like, oh.
Yeah.
And it's all very strange.
Yeah, I think she...
Or it all was very strange. I mean, it's a long time ago now. I can laugh about it now, but it just, I mean, if it had the desired effect she had wanted, it could have fucking...
I don't think she had a shit together, did she? Let's be honest.
No,
anyway,
no.
Let's. There's no more point in dwelling on that too much. We've already. Let's see where this fucking call's up to. It's good that you can take it all in good spirit, though, lot. You know.
You just call me Lord.
Yeah, why do we do that? Do you know what it is? I think it's staring at that fucking photograph I made of you. Because it looked remarkably, like, creepy.
Oh, I can imagine your two most attractive men mixed together. That's your dream photo.
Well, to be honest, that's why I made it.
That's why you did.
I only invented the video just in case somebody found it. I'd have a legitimate excuse for having it.
You're so pleased AI's got so much better now. You can put your favourite men inside each other.
Well, just wait till the Boston hat I send you arrives in the mail with very specific instructions. Adam Lim Armstrong. Anyway, let's see where this call's up to. Come on, dude. Fucking say something.
I thought that was you doing that. What was that?
It was a Lorne sniffle. What do you think it fucking was? Oh, there's so much going on there, isn't there?
What's going on in your mind?
Hold on, I got abdominals.
It's just, why is that funny? I don't know. Why is Homemade Her Girl? I just watched Peter Hitchens go off on an interview about drugs. Strangely enough, I watched that and it was ridiculous. Is it the one with Alex? Was he called O'Connor, the atheist geezer? It was interesting. Anyway, yeah, I don't know why. That was just it's very interesting. He storms out of this interview. He has an interview with someone about drugs because he wrote a book on drugs, and then he's outraged that he's forced to talk about drugs and storms off and calls the interviewer a twat. It's very interesting. Sorry.
Okay, it's all right.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
God, well, I've made her my fucking whole life.
You what?
I've made her my whole fucking life. I don't want to fucking lose her.
There was like, did you hear the way he says, like, I don't want to lose her? There was like
Yeah.
a real emotion and sort of sorrow behind that then. You could sort of, as much as it can be in Lorne World, of course.
I don't want to be without her.
Yeah.
I'm mad at myself for breaking up with her. I'm mad.
Oh, shut up.
No, it's... God, it fucking kills me.
It was.
Have you ever been this distraught about a female, Adam?
Well, not that I've admitted to them, like
Well-
not to their face.
Oh.
I mean, well, there was that one I alluded to when we were talking about my love life last week.
Oh, yeah.
Patricia, she really broke. Like, I got properly depressed after that, and it was a very intense like month of dating, but it was only a month. But it was weird because that actually affected me like more than like long-term relationships. I guess just because I liked her so much. But yeah, like I got really like quite ill after that. Like I just stopped eating and stuff, and it was really weird because it was still in my first year in Spain, and like they would ask me if I'd stolen anything when I'd left shops because I looked like a crackhead. But like that lasted for like 2 weeks, but I basically didn't eat anything for 2 weeks and looked like a skeleton, and then I started eating again and got healthy, and it was fine. But yeah, I mean, I was probably, if I had vocalized it, I might have sounded a bit like this, but not that much of a pussy. Never.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got to make a distinction. I would imagine from the information that you've provided that Patricia was actually a real human female and that you'd actually met her in person.
Yeah.
This particular person is Lorne has spent the majority of time talking to this male robot voice and been totally repeatedly humiliated. Like,
Yeah.
to the degree which is, legendary on internet, on YouTube.
Yeah, no, I mean, this, like, Patricia had done lots of stuff in real life with me that I was obsessed with. Like, she had a really small waist and a big ass, and that, like, is
Dude,
my
no one
favorite.
wants to hear this. Just send it in a message later and all.
But yeah, so yeah, no, obviously I met her in real life. I wasn't getting upset over a robot porn star that's really a man.
Not yet, you haven't, but you never.
Not yet.
Know.
No one's
Just
tried
wait.
it.
Just see if your date goes tits up at the weekend, then we'll
Yeah.
see.
Fucking kills me that I can't spend time with her face to face.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't send her anything.
Mm-hmm.
What does he want to send her?
You don't need to send someone things to be happy.
No, but I like buying her things. I like giving her things.
Like what?
Let's get to the good bit.
I want her to have things that she likes originally. Yeah. Yeah, no, my bills have come first.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on if she wants to see without her.
You hate what?
I hate going a day without her.
How come?
I fucking love her so fucking much.
Why do you love her so much?
You see, this is where it gets interesting.
She's so fucking special.
Yeah.
But he said that about Kayla, and he said it about Ramona. I'm pretty sure that's just his kind of cult one. That's just what he conjures up in his brain, isn't it? I think that it doesn't take a genius to work this out. I think we've surmised that any person, usually a female, that gives Lorne attention, some form of attention, they're so fucking special. Because he's just so longing for it, isn't he? Not to dwell on.
But, I mean, I understand the use of that word though, because in a way, sort of everyone's special. Well, except Lorne.
Oh,
but
isn't that such a nice? Did you hear that, guys? Adam says that you're all special.
No, they are. Everyone's special in their own sort of way.
Unique.
But yeah, unique and special. But I think everyone wants to be made to feel special, but yeah, it's kind of, the more I'm saying the word special, I'm like, it's a bit empty.
Well, this is the thing, right? If you've had that kind of relationship that brings you joy and gives you a warm feeling and all that kind of stuff. If someone says to you, if you say they're special and someone asks you why, you will probably have a good answer. There will be personality traits, there will be things, little quirks that they have that you were able to, state that would, and they'll be like, oh, right, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. But I think Lorne gets asked that question and it kind of goes a bit odd.
When you think about her.
I love the way she is with me. Even when she gets mad at me and lectures me and shit, I just fucking love it. I love everything about her.
If I can ask, when if you were to right now close your eyes and think of her, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
The way she lectures me.
Huh?
Huh?
The way she lectures me.
Well, yeah, because it's like that's all that she does. That's why I think that's why when he's pressing,
why is she so special? Because she's always talking down to me.
Yeah, because it's the only thing that she does. There's no I asked Blue Boy when before he disappeared. He was in. We were having a conversation. I can't remember what the specific theme of the Lorne chat was, but I said I raised the point of there must have been calls where he was spoken to in an affectionate way by the Catfish, and I would have thought that to draw him in so that he feels some form of affection, because otherwise, why would he be there? Blue Boy said there wasn't any. There was none of that. And I believe that all of the Casey calls are out there now. Now, of course, we may not know, and we never, we're never going to know 100%. But I don't think, I think that's right. I don't think it was the only thing that Lorne could think of, because that's all their relationship is. Him getting lectured, but it's not even lectured. He's had to dumb it down.
Wouldn't like a normal person be like, oh, she's got a great sense of humour,
But what I mean is lecture. It's not even lectured. Lecture is trying to educate someone and almost be respectful towards them. Lorne is repeatedly humiliated, insulted. If it was if Lorne was a female and the robot was the male in the relationship, it would be seen as and it was a real situation. That would it would actually be a crime in England. It'd be like controlling and coercive behaviour. The point is, it's horrendous. Like he's just destroyed all the time, but yet to him, it's like he loves it. Listen to how upset he's getting.
When she lectures me.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, she just makes me stop and think about things I've done, about the way I do them, and then I think about the talks.
Huh?
About what I've done, about the way I do them.
Oh dear.
That she has with me about things in life like Roy.
Wow, I was not expecting that. So, if you were to search further, what's the second thing that comes to mind?
Personal things between me and her.
What do you mean? Like sexy time stuff?
Sexy kind of stuff, and fucking just being happy.
Sorry, just imagine talking to another man. And he's like, "What, like sexy time stuff?" And you go, "Sexy." It's like, sorry.
And don't forget this man in the narrative of this fucking thing
is his girlfriend.
Is his this person's ex-girlfriend. Who lives next door and repeatedly sees her naked. And also, isn't like this character of Will like a porn star with Jamie, or does he produce the?
He's been intimate with Jamie at times and such. So yeah.
Sexy time stuff. Lorne's sexy time stuff is getting hold of a condom and online and.
Well, being happy and sexy time stuff can be two different things.
Yeah, but when me and her, it's happy.
So when she comes to mind, you think of lectures and happy stuff.
Yeah, she just makes me so fucking happy.
How does she make you happy?
She lets me know that she cares.
Oh, okay. How does she do that?
Yeah, she talks to me. Shit.
She what?
That's great. That
did he just say she talks to me and shit?
Yeah. So he couldn't. His brain broke at that point, and he couldn't actually, like you said, he couldn't think of anything. So it was just she talks to me. That's it. That's all he needs.
How does she do that?
I always find like the annexing of "and shit" to the end of sentences very funny for some reason, especially like.
She what?
Why is he even crying though?
Well, he's obviously genuinely emotional, right? In his world, in this crazy world that he's in at this time, he thinks he has this love for her. It's amazing how it conjures up these real emotions when there's loads of stories out there of people getting catfished by fake celebrities, by, there's that Netflix one, what was it called? That Sweet Summit or Bobby G or somebody.
Oh, Sweet Bobby.
Yeah, so there's like, a reasonably successful, intelligent woman gets catfished by a cousin for unknown reasons. It really annoyed me the documentary didn't go into that.
Don't spoil it in case people might want to watch it.
Oh yeah, sorry about that, guys. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Bit late for the spoiler alert.
Can't do a retrospective spoiler alert. But yeah, I suppose the point is people do get catfished all the time. And it's a very strange sort of aspect to the human psyche. You would think that you could only get emotional about something that actually exists. But I think it's almost comparative to online dating. If you think about it, when you see this person at the moment in time until you meet, they're fictional. They could be fake. It could be, even in this world now, it could be AI. So if you get like a little bit excited and you think, oh, this person sounds great, you're creating almost a character until you meet them. And I think Lorne has done that here. He did it with Kayla. He did it with Ramona. There was actually a personality there, so you could almost understand it. But here, there's nothing.
Well, I don't think that's an unusual human condition to do so. I'd say with that girl that I met at New Year's, we were talking for 6 weeks before we met. So I kind of created this idea in my mind of who she was. And obviously when it didn't go the way I wanted it, I was like, well, you're not the person I expected, if that makes sense. But I also people in general, people are lonely. So it's very easy when someone pays you a lot of attention, even if they're pretending to be Katy Perry or Ryan Gosling, to sort of, I think most people in their right minds, but if you're a bit old and naive or something, maybe that's pushing it a bit, saying celebrities like that. But I mean, we've seen that people have been, like people who aren't in insane asylums. If you ever watched the show Catfish, that guy thought he was dating Katy Perry, and they're like, mate, how can you believe you're dating Katy Perry? But there was nothing you sympathize with the guy because he wasn't a sex offender or anything. He was just a perfectly nice guy who has been taken for a ride by a scammer. But at the same time, it's like, how can you believe you're dating Katy Perry?
It's insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. Someone's just asked if is that a real photo of me and you? It's an AI. It is a real photo, but it's been manipulated by AI, so we're not really that ugly. I am, but Adam's much better looking than that.
Well, yeah, that's when I had my long hair. I got nice short hair and a trimmed beard now. I've been manscaping.
Oh, good on you, dude. That's what happens when you start jumping into the dating pool again. Fair play to you.
I put a little love heart in my pubes for Valentine's.
Oh, well, you had that last time. I mean, yeah, good on you, dude. Yeah,
permanent fixture.
Oh, did you hear that little squeak? Then let's just go back. I can only go back 10 seconds. Let's just.
Oh, it's like Michael Jackson.
Here we go. It's like dead eye pitch, isn't it?
Yeah. That's like, you can't even replicate it. You can't, because it's like just one of those involuntary noises.
Whoever is on the right looks like Joran. Well, thank you very fucking much. That is AI generated.
Oh, you look like Joran's O-face.
Really?
Yeah. Look just like Joran ejaculating.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And we've seen pictures. You've seen pictures of Joran ejaculating. Wow.
I watched it live. It was 3 of us on that chat with Kennedy. No. No, he didn't. There's a photo of him making his O-face because it got requested. I don't know if it got requested or he decided to send someone it.
Oh, right. I was listening to one of his tunes the other day, Joran. There was a. Have you listened to any of his music?
Not that I can remember, but I might have blocked it out.
Great tune. Well, I say great as in the room great. It's it goes, all I wanna do is hold you, wanna kiss you, and then a great line in it is, what is it now? I want to have your time. I would give you my last dime. It's just, it's remarkable. Anyway, never mind.
She talks to me about things.
Well, so does if you ring up fucking Vodafone. They'll talk to you about things. You know, ring up the gas company.
But this is Lorne we're talking about. Like if it was a female voice at the other end of the phone and he had to phone up a customer service agent for some reason, he would be in love by the end of it.
That is true, and he did fall in love with, I believe, a prison corrections officer and a scammer that he wrote a poem to.
Yeah, the poem for the scammer and the note for the prison officer.
Mm.
Yeah. He's that guy.
He's a serial lover, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, but he's never successful, though, is he?
Well, well, we don't know about that. But let's not go there.
Well.
Jesus.
He whimpers like no one else, doesn't he? It's remarkable.
You know, I always found it interesting that Winnie was called Winnie because to whinnying in like to whinny or whinnying is like to whimper.
Oh, is that what it was about?
I don't know if she named the character that because of that. It would have been a very clever reference because like she had a very whiny voice and he whimpers all the time. So, but yeah, I think it may have just been a coincidence, but it's quite interesting.
Mm.
Don't tell her this because she'll probably be upset. You know.
Oh, he's such a bad like. Don't tell her this because she'll probably be upset. What that means is, please tell her this, and then she knows how much of a destroyed little girl that I sound like. Yeah, great tactics that, Lorne.
It might have hurt her. I don't know.
What?
I still have her two of her voicemails that she sent me when we first got together.
Oh, Lorne.
Well, and I still get them from when you're in the hospital too.
I think that's pretty much the. I don't think he presses her anymore, but I just found that really interesting. How like he presses him, and then he can't answer and just says she talks to me and shit, and then breaks down in tears. There's literally nothing else in the relationship. Of course, you know we. But I always wondered, you know, you listen to the calls and you're thinking there must be parts of that relationship that you've never heard where the catfish is paying him attention, like, you know, to really remember. I don't think that happened. I think there was a lot of Ramona stuff that we didn't hear.
Yeah.
Because he made a lot of comments like, oh, you don't tell me you love me anymore or something like that. I'm sure there was a load of that going on. But with this, it is... But the picture of... that they used for Jamie, she was like stunning, like one of them faces that looks like it's been chiseled by the gods.
I mean, she looked very pretty in the picture I saw where he'd photoshopped himself next to her, where they're both sort of doing duck face.
Mm. I've not seen that, strangely enough.
You've not seen that picture?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
What? It's the one he made into like an A5 poster and put up on his wall in the trailer.
I don't think I've seen it, you know.
Oh, fuck, man. You got to find it. You got to see, like, because he went to, like, Snappy Snaps or whatever, one of them photo places, and got them to... I don't know if he photoshopped it himself or if they photoshopped it for him. Oh, imagine if they photoshopped it for him. Oh, how embarrassing. Like, imagine going into a photo place and having to...
Photo place.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called. But yeah, he got them to, like... I don't know if he took the picture in prepared with them both on it. I assume so. But he got them to enlarge it, this picture of him and her, and then he put it up in his... Because didn't he... It was talked about in one of the calls as well, because he's like, oh, I'm taking all your posters down at one point. But then I think what actually happened was, didn't probation come... I might be completely incorrect here, but I think probation told him he had to take the pictures down or something along those lines.
Yeah, I heard something like that. We did mention it. It has been spoken about before. I just don't remember. I don't remember seeing it, to be honest. But yeah. I remember the first time I saw the Lamondre photo. I was like, "Isn't that weird? Why would he do that? Isn't it like really strange?"
That's honestly where I felt we were getting a bit into Chris Chan territory here, because it's like, I'm not sure I'm particularly interested in watching Lorne suck a dildo, but it is pretty fun.
I don't know why anybody would be. I think it was just how far would he go kind of thing. And what was weird about it was, what was he trying to do? He was just like being so subservient, wasn't he? It's like, well, there's no point to that, is there? You're not in. It's best not to think about it.
I don't know. I think Lorne doesn't mind sucking cock, no matter what.
We couldn't have stream without you mentioning it at least once, could we?
I haven't mentioned his brother yet.
You just did, dude.
Sort of. But yeah, I mean, I think Lamondre's a relief for him compared to having a real cock.
Oh, great. Right, anyway, we're going to have to wrap it up because, just because I want to, and it's getting a bit late. But thank you for this little escapade into Lorne's crying. It's always good for a quick laugh, isn't it? It's cheap entertainment, isn't it, of course? But it is. It never fails to be humorous, does it?
No, it doesn't. Well, most of the time. It's like everything they say, isn't it? Tragedy plus time equals comedy.
That would probably summarise the whole Lorne saga in a nifty phrase, so cheers for that. Anyway, I don't know when we will be back. I don't know when, if we will discuss recent ongoings. We will have to see.
I don't know if Octopushy's still here, but someone asked what my sim setup is.
Oh, Christ.
I'll just let them know if they're still listening. And anyone that's interested in sim racing, and if you're on PS5, leave a comment on Andy's video and I'll reply. But yeah, my setup is the Fanatec 8 Newton meter with the McLaren GT3 wheel and and the V2 pedals with the load cells. So yeah, that's what I'm running at the moment. In VR, so it's awesome.
All we want to know is, when is the GTA 6 trailer 2 coming out? We're not fucking interested in rating setups. If anybody can answer that question, please put it in the comments.
I can actually give you some information on that.
You can't, you liar.
Take-Two released their reported earnings.
Confirmed it's Q3 2025, but that doesn't give us trailer 2 or a release date.
No. Well, no, but I reckon it's going to be around September.
I'm going to have to book a week off work. I know that.
Yeah,
I won't just I'm not really that sad. It'll just be 3 days. But
I'm booking a week off work. It's GTA 6, man. It's been a staple of my life, GTA. Like, I've been playing versions of it since I was like 16.
Yeah, we did a bit of the old online, didn't we, on 5? So we used to do that. Yeah, Anyway, sorry for boring people who've got no interest in video games or Adam's Racing. I nearly called you Lorne again. Then why do I keep doing that? I don't know. I really wish you wouldn't. I don't do that when we talk in private, do I?
No, you don't. It's just because you've been thinking about Lorne a lot.
Well, of course. Nothing changes. Yeah. Right. Okay. Thank you for Lorne for joining us. I do appreciate it. And thank you to everybody in the chat for joining us. We've had quite a lot in, but I suppose if you're going to stream a fucking Lorne call, people are going to be all over it. But anyway, it's been good that you've come by and joined in and, kept us company in the comments and all that, so I appreciate it. We'll be back at some point, I would imagine, so take it easy, guys. See you later.
Bye.